Good morning, everyone. Let's begin today's class. Today we are going to see master production schedule and an introduction to the sequencing. So in the last class, we have seen aggregate planning. Now I'm going to share the screen. So it is a part of unit 2, that is master production scheduling and sequencing. So as we have seen in the last class, aggregate planning, that is very short planning, range will be of 2 to 3 or 4 months. Then we have to, after planning the aggregate planning, we have to go for disaggregation, and lastly we will be following the master schedule. From the master schedule, we will be getting the master production schedule. So here master schedule is result of disaggregating an aggregate plan which shows quantity and timing of specific end items for a scheduled horizon. Schedule is nothing but it's a simply, we can say it's an timetable of activities. It's a rough cut capacity planning, approximate balancing of capacity, and a demand to test the feasibility of a master schedule. So here, aggregate planning, after doing that, we'll go for disaggregation. After that, we'll be planning the master schedule. Disaggregation means aggregate planning, we are going to extend it. So master production scheduling comes after master schedule. It is an output of master schedule. A detailed disaggregation of the aggregate production plan listing the exact end items to be produced by a specific period. So in a time period, we are going to list the end of items. More detailed than aggregate production planning and easier to plan under stable demand. So here the demand should be a stable one so that we can think of planning the production plan. Planning horizon is shorter than aggregate planning production, but longer the lead time to the produce that item. So here lead time means it's a delay time, longer than the delay time. So here we'll be having a delay in our activities. But here in aggregate plan, we don't have the delays. So when you come for production plan, we have some delays. The master production scheduling, the production quantity to meet the demand from all sources and used for computing the requirements of all time phased end items. End items are the finished goods, it is an output to our production. So here we have to schedule in such a way that it matches the quantity to meet the demand from all the sources. So the demand part will be taken over by the marketing. They are going to give the information. Then the production department is going to match the demand and they will be coming out with the end items. Here we have some bottlenecks like system nervousness. Small changes in upper level of production plan cause major changes in lower production plan. Normal system nervousness, what happens means in a upper level, that is top level, we are going to make few changes that may change all the system changes. So that is called as system nervous. That is the bottleneck will be there. While planning, we are going to, first we will be thinking of doing something. Then we are going to make some slight changes. That slight changes will lead to the big changes in the following things. So the same things is a system nervousness. Small changes in upper level production plan causes major changes in the lower level of production. So for the latecomers, we can see today we are dealing with production scheduling. So in simple terms, we say that is timetable in our sense, like our class timetable. Here, production activities, they are going to make the plan. So master production scheduling is a key aspect within the current manufacturing operations around the globe. The system allows manufacturers to effectively develop an overall plan for products to be produced within a given time period. So here the production will have the time frame, time fencing we are going to say, time border we have, time boundary we have. So the limitation is the timing. So within 2 months, within 3 months, this production should be done. These number of shifts, how much of inputs we have to go for, and what are the maintenance, what is the budget. This is all everything we are going to solve. So the time management is very important in this case. A master production schedule is a plan of individual commodities to be produced in each time period, such as production, staffing, inventory. Inventory is nothing but the stock, finished goods, we can say that is inventory, and even the raw materials also come in the inventory. So, staffing, so the HR, they are going to match the machine to man, means how many machines are there, what are the people, skilled, unskilled, how much we have to deploy. It is usually linked with manufacturing where plan indicates when and how much of each product will be demanded. So this master production schedule depends mostly on the demand. So we are going to take the demand and we are going to match for that. Formula to calculate the total production required is total forecasting, how much units we have to produce, plus back orders, what are the remaining orders earliest, and ending of inventory, that is how much stock we have to accumulate, minus opening inventory, means that is already in the go down. That we need to deduct, then we are going to get the exact total production, how much we have done. Calculate the production required each period by dividing the total production by the total number of period and calculate the ending inventory for each period. So this is how the calculation goes on. These are the simple calculations that in production we are going to do. So we need to know the objectives, is why this MPS. So for that reason, inventory, we have some objectives. One is inventory control, controlling the inventory, setting up due dates, that is lead time we need to reduce, and we need to know the dates, customer service, schedule. So these are the four objectives of master production schedule. We'll see the inventory control. MPS oversees inventory and attempts to keep a desired level of inventory available within the company. This is completed through making perfect use of resources available and minimizing overall cost and waste within the operation. Inventory control is one of the main objectives of MPS, yes, and can benefit the manufacturing operation immensely. So here, inventory controlling means we have to see that how much we need, that much we should produce, and that much we need to store. The more the level, if you are going to store, that in the first line it says desired level. Desired level means that is matching the demand. The more if you are going to do that, the stock will be non-moving items, it will be piled up and it will be deteriorated and it may be damaged and it will make a huge loss to us. So for that reason, what we have to do is desired level of inventory we have to maintain, and stock in stock out regularly we have to check the stock, we have to maintain that materials. So the first in MPS is inventory controlling. Second is setting up the dates. So here, the objective pertains to setting up the due dates For availability of N items, also providing information pertaining to the resources and materials. The objective acts as foundation of aggregate planning within the production facility. Here, if you are going to meet the demand in time, then we can encash our profits. If we are not going to meet the demand in within the time period, then we are going to experience the huge losses. So, example, if I'm going to take the yesterday's situation, that is 2 days, that is the Dashara festival, then the companies, two wheelers, four wheelers, and other sectors, they were planning for giving some offers so that they can increase the sales. Sales promotion techniques were going on, and they were thinking of giving of some benefits, so that you would have seen in Amazon, that is a big sale has come. So this is how they are going to meet the demand. Now, after this festival, no one is going to see that offers. Again, they have to have some more occasion in order to announce that. Next, the Diwali comes, then Diwali offers we are going to start. Till then, there will be no offers. Why they are doing that? Because of setting of due dates. So that buying fever, buying interest will be there within these 2 or 3 days. That is a reason of a festival. So purchases will be more. We have to plan in that. So this is foundation for aggregate planning. That is short-term planning. This is for 2 days or 3 days, 1 month. The sale Amazon has started from 17th. The festival is on 25th. So see that difference. The earlier they have started, they have ended. So this is to improve their sales, that to meeting the demand. Customer service delivery time is extremely important in ensuring for customer satisfaction, which MPS can help with. Master produce scheduling helps keep customer delivery promises through delivery in a timely and cost effective manner. Because the other day I have booked a vehicle, that is Vespa, and he has given the due date that on Sunday he is going to give delivery. That day is very auspicious that I have to take, but as I have called him, he said he is going to delay for 1 hour. That's all, but not the day. So on that day, we have taken that vehicle. So here, I am very satisfied. Why? Because they have keep up their delivery time, and they have given the delivery of the vehicle so that I can go and have a puja, I perform puja, and kept it at the home. So it's a buying a vehicle, and within time we have booked and we have paid the amount, then he has given in that is how they are going to maintain the customer service, and that is a maintenance of customer satisfaction. So that if he is going to give a delivery of that particular vehicle today, what I would have done, the same thing I would have done, but that auspicious day, what I was thinking in my mind, that would have been, that will not be any satisfaction. So we need to satisfy the customer. So that is the main objective of master production scheduling. In the scheduling, compulsory we are going to, as we are taking the class, we have scheduled from 10:30 to 11:10. And if you are going to increase the class, as in the offline, we can increase the class time and we can come late. But here, as it is online, it is very fixed, and it is going to run 10:30 to 11:30. That if you want to take more hours, again we have to reschedule it. So master production scheduling compulsory, it needs a customer satisfaction, and we need a timing for that. So scheduling, MPL set up particular schedules for production of parts and components that are utilized as inputs to the material requirement planning. That is MRP, material requirement planning. So here schedule of production of parts and components, we have to relate with our inputs, so that suppliers has to send the material to us in the time, and we have to take that material and we have to go for processing it. So this ensures an optimized and effective production schedule that will ensure for an on-time delivery. See, example, if that vehicle would have not come one day earlier to that particular dealer, he would have not delivered that particular product in a time. So the on-time delivery, for the product to be completed in the time that is given with available resources they have to do. So in the master production handle, that is inventory control, setting up due dates, customer service, and scheduling are the main objectives. A software that can be aid. Nowadays, we are going to see that ERP packages are there, enterprise resources planning is there, SAP system and applied products are there. So in that, we have certain softwares which are going to do that. So a software that can also aid manufacturing operations today is advanced planning and scheduling software, that is APS, that is advanced planning and scheduling software has been come into the market. Advanced planning and scheduling software can effective plan, schedule and control the production, ensure optimized efficiency and enhance overall production. So example, if you can see that Zoom icon, if you want to schedule a class or a meeting for there you can see if you are going to make the schedule, then you are going to ask the title, the date and the time and the preferences and the passcode, and that is if you want to make the video on or off, if you can open that, you can see that scheduling the meeting, scheduling for today, tomorrow, within hour, that we are going to schedule. So we have that softwares wherein we can directly connect to the calendar, then we can get the alerts too. So this is objectives of MPS. So the development of MPS is also called as master production program. This development period is known as planning horizon. Horizon means you would have seen horizon. Horizon is nothing but it's a time horizon. So planning horizon is nothing but it's a development of that particular time is planning horizon, typically ranges from 3 to 18 months. Here you would have seen the aggregate planning and this master production schedule differs here. That is where that was very short and it is varies to 3 to 18 months. So it is maybe up to 12 months will be the aggregate planning, and here extension of 6 months is more. So we can do from 3 months to 18 months, that is MPS product master production planning can be done. Usually varies in accordance with manufacturing cycles of final articles. So it depends on the items, whether we have to do for 3 months, whether we have to do for 18 months, we have to do for 15 months. That we have need to check. Map your demand and make a demand plan. So here a demand plan should be done, and we need to work out our raw materials, what we need, and get your supply chain up and running the production planning processes. Now we are ready to develop a market production set. Once if the demand plan is there, then we can go for scheduling the things. If we don't have the demand plan, if you don't know what to do, then what is the use of scheduling it? So if you have a demand, then we have need to see the raw materials, we need to see the supply chain, and we need to go for production planning that leads to the master production proposal. If you are not going to have these above items, you cannot prepare this master production schedule. So there is a difference between MRP, that is materials requirement planning, and master production scheduling. Material requirement planning is used to determine how many materials to order for a particular item, whereas the MPS is a master production schedule is used to determine when the materials will be used to produce an item. Though this is in the scheduling, it's a timing, and there it's the number of units what we need. So MRP plans the items that have dependent demand. So this is the difference between MRP and MPS. So we can see a diagram here which clearly shows how the scheduling sequence will be going on. First, placing the orders is an demand. Forecasting the demand is the input. Current and planned availability, initial inventory, initiated production, subcontracted quantity. These are all here are the inputs, arrow keys coming inside. Capacity constraints, company policies, production characteristics, economic considerations, timing, planning horizon. These are the influencing factors which may affect our master production scheduling. So the output will be master production schedule. It tells about when, how much to produce for each product. That is nothing but capacity planning. So once again, if you want to look at, these are the inputs coming here. These are the influencing factors which may affect the master production schedule. Company policies, capacity constraint, production characteristics, economic considerations, planning horizon, time that may lead to master production schedule. So for that preparation, we need these all things. So input will be there and some influencing factors which may result in a master production schedule. So master production schedule is an output of master schedule. What is mean by master schedule? Determines quantities needed to meet the demand. Interfaces means they have internal connection with other departments like marketing. It enables marketing to make valued customers. Capacity planning, it enables production to evaluate capacity requirements. Production planning, distribution planning. So here, all these four are interface, then only we are going to get the master schedule. So we have a look up at this diagram, what is meant by master schedule. So now it clearly, this diagram clearly differentiates what is master scheduling and what is production schedule. So here inputs are beginning of inventory and forecasting, committed customers. Here they have said only forecasting. So we can forecast the demand, that's all. Means how much a market is in need of the items. So just we are going to check the last 3 years at this particular November or October month. We have seen there is a 10 tons of sales. So this time, as it is a COVID situation, so the people, the running out the business is very low. So we'll go for 8 tons and we'll check in the market whether it is going to be sold or not. So this is the forecasting the things. So here, this forecasting the demand and committed customers. Some people have sent an advance of 25% uh, of cash or the amount and they have ordered. Likewise, I have ordered a vehicle, I have booked the vehicle and I have paid some amount. So I am a committed customer that surely I am going to buy that product. So these three are the inputs. Master scheduling will be done here. The output will be the projected inventory. Master production schedule will be the output of the master scheduling. And here uncommitted inventory also we are going to see. That is uncommitted inventory is nothing but that we have to send to the market and we have to see that how it will be sold out. Means no one has committed about that inventory that we need to do the future sales. So that is about master production schedule. And we see the introduction of sequencing. It is a plan, the order operation by process regarding the fixed orders through the operation order releasing planning. It's a grasp progress status of an operation to consider the priority, setup time, and to make the operation sequence. Sequencing means first what, second what, third what. Means what jobs are the activities to be done. That is the sequencing. The sequencing operation is an organizing and narration of facilities integrated functions that will determine the ability of laboratory to perform an energy efficient manner. Sequencing means grouping of production operations into a production batches, arranging them by priority by utilizing the lean philosophy that small quantities are produced in chronological order, some order, alphabetical order, numerical order, some order we have to maintain and to reduce the inventories. In contrast, to meet productivity targets, it is tempting to choose long production runs instead. So, if you want to plan, we need to have some sequence of operations that is called sequencing. We are going to solve some problems how to sequence this in the next class, but this is just an an introduction to that topic, that is a lead I am giving to the next class. Scheduling and sequencing. What is the difference? Scheduling involves the determination of two types of decisions, allocations of decisions, which resources will be assigned to perform each given set of jobs. A job is there, how we are going to schedule it. Sequencing decides in what order, when, or is jobs are performed. So we have some Johnson's rule is there that we are going to see in the next class and solve few problems, examples how you can do that. So some sequencing rules are there. This already some of you know about this. You would have heard earlier. Earliest due date means first I have booked, I will be getting that particular product. We have to give. That is some shops sequence jobs by earliest due dates. That today it has come, tomorrow we'll do, tomorrow it comes, day after we are going to do that. So longest processing, the processing time approach to be job sequence and assigns highest priority is given to the longest process. If you are giving a priority up to the highest, then it is longest processing time. We can first we'll finish this difficult subject first. Then I'll go for the easier subject. This is product, that is subject sequencing. Shortest process time. Shortest process time is approach to job sequencing, assign the highest priority of jobs to the shortest time. I will do this. This is very easy subject, that is operation management. I will read this first, then I will go to some other subject. So shortest, or these are the few things are there readily I will, then I will go for the long. So priority. This is a big job. It may take 2 days. So I will do that first. That is the longest process time. This is only one day. I will do it first, finish off, and then I will go for the long. It depends on the manager how they are going to take, and it will be connected to the demand sequencing of jobs. Already you would have known some of in the BCom or in the commerce, we are going to see FCFS, that is first come, first serve, or last come, first serve, lost in, first in, first out. You could have seen this is perishable items, first in, first serve, we have to do that. Last come, first serve, this is non-FMC products. We can say the last also that we are going to do that processing first in order to clear that space. So preferred customer orders, if a customer give an order, we are going to take that job first, and non-ordered items we are going to take last. So this is how we are going to do the sequencing. So thank you for coming online and listening to the class post festival. So these words you are going to see in all languages. This is in French, in Greek, and we have all languages which says that is thank you. So we'll call it as a day. I think so few people have joined late that we are going to see. Jaypal, you have raised your hand. Any doubt? Anything if you want to speak, because we have only 3 minutes to go. If you don't have any doubts, we'll call it as a day.
No,
Anything
sir.
to speak? So I'm going to take screenshot of attendance.